Okay, we are going to be looking at lesson 3.07, simple linear graphs. This will be your answer key to your classwork, so let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, graph the line by plotting points. You'll go ahead and click this show your work and a little table will pop up. So what we're going to do is we are going to graph this line by plotting points. The easiest way to do this is to create an XY table and select some points on your graph. I like to choose -1, 0, and 1. So what we're actually going to be doing is plugging those coordinates in to my equation. So I'm taking this x value and I'm plugging it in for x. So -1/2 times -1 would give me -1/2. We're going to keep doing that same thing. So 1/2 times 0 is 0, and 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. So remember, you can get your coordinates from this table. So my first coordinate is -1, -1/2. So we'll plot that by going back 1, down 1/2. My next coordinate is 0, 0, which is our origin, so right there. And the final coordinate would be 1, 1/2. So over 1, up 1. And then we can go ahead and draw our line in through those points. That is number 1. Number 2, we're going to follow the same process from number 1, just for number 2. So we will go ahead and create our x and y table. And remember, I am choosing these coordinates. You may choose different coordinates, but that is up to you. So again, all I'm doing is plugging in that x value. So just plugging in that x value. Oops. Okay, got that fixed. So now we can do -5 times -1 is 5, -5 times 0 is 0, and -5 times +1 is -5. So here's our coordinates. Remember, you get those coordinates because they're the x, y combination. And what you should notice is that since we're dealing with proportional relationships today, that every single coordinate should go, every single line should go through the origin. So we can go ahead and graph and adjust our line just a bit because this slope is rather steep. So there we go. Number 2. Looking at number 3, it says write the equation of the line that goes through 0, 0 and 4, 3. So in this example, you want to go ahead and graph those points. So we're at 0, 0 and 4, 3. Remember, when we're looking at proportional relationships, the equation of the line is y equals m times x, where this m is our slope. There are a few different ways to calculate the slope, but since we're given a graph, the easiest would just be to look at rise over run. So remember, rise over run. Using some fun colors here. So remember that rise is my vertical chain. So I'm going up 1, 2, up 3, +3 because I'm going up, and then I'm going to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, so +4. So my equation then is y equals 3 over 4x. Rise over run, my rise was 3, my run was 4. Simple and sweet. Let's go ahead and look at problem number 4. Same concept here. So go ahead and graph. It says write the equation of the line that goes through 0, 0. So right here, 0, 0. And then -2, 3. So this, if you can tell, is actually going to have a negative slope. The reason it's going to have a negative slope is because if I go ahead and draw in the line between these points, you can see that it's decreasing from left to right. So our equation is in the form of y equals mx, where that m is our slope, which is rise over run. So this time, we're going to be rising 1, oops, my color changed back on me. We're going to be rising 1, 2, 3 in the positive direction. But now we're going 1, 2 backwards, so 2 in the negative direction. So my slope is 3 over negative 2. So my equation will be y equals negative 3/2 x. Very nice. On to number 5. We're halfway through. So in number 4, it said to write the equation, graph a line from the equation using the origin and the slope. So remember, we're dealing with proportional relationships, which means every single graph goes through 0, 0, which we can use. So this slope is 3 over 4. And if you remember from the previous slide, that is rise over run. So I'm actually going to leave this coordinate, 0, 0, and go up 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to run positive 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces over. So there we go. So I went up 3, over 4, and now I can go ahead and, and graph my line that goes through these points. And there you have it. So again, all you have to do is use that rise and that run and graph your second point, because we only need 2 points to form a line. Number 6, same thing. We're going to start at 0, 0. So we'll put our first coordinate at 0, 0 because we know it's proportional. This time, though, the slope is negative 1 over 5. So when I rise, it'll actually be going down 1. So I'll be going down 1 and then over a positive 1. My colors aren't changing on me. A positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I went down 1 over 5. And I know some of you are going to ask me, well, can I do it the other way? What if I wanted it to be positive 1 over negative 5? Yep, you could go up 1 and then back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to notice that all of those points, if I can get my line to be accurate, it's a very long slope, are actually going to be on the same exact line. So you can go either way and still have all those points on that line. Last 2 says write the equation of the line shown. All we need to write the equation of something that is proportional, remember our form is y equals mx. So all we actually need is our slope, which means we just need to find 2 points. Well, we already have this point 0, 0. And if you look up the line, you'll see that right here, there's another coordinate. And how you know that's a coordinate is because it actually goes through the corner of that box. So another one would be up here at 8, 6. So what we can then do is use our rise over run. So I'm going up 1, 2, 3, and then I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4. So my equation of my line is y equals 3/4 x. Woo! We are on to the last one. Here we go. So the last one, write the equation of the line shown. We have this coordinate 0, 0. We just need one more coordinate. There it is right here at -2, 1. For those of you who maybe you're like, well, wait, how did you get that coordinate? It always is x, y. So this coordinate over here, I went left 2, up 1. So that is -2, 1. So we can find our slope by doing our rise, which is +1. And then our run, which is 1, 2. But it's actually in the negative direction, so my slope is +1 over -2. So when I write my equation y equals mx, y is equal to -1/2 x. All right, that wraps up your answer key. There you go.